さて、YouTube 生配信をご覧の皆様、ぜひ決戦を明日に控えた選手たちの表情、そして肉体の仕上がり、緊張感を
Hello everyone, and welcome to the RIZIN Landmark 14 weigh-ins. I'm Pete Darbaki, and I'm happy to be joined by RIZIN matchmaker Shingo Kashiwagi. Shingo, thank you for your time today.
Hey, Defeat, thank you. I'm excited. You don't seem excited. You need to be more excited. That doesn't show our excitement today. It's our first show in Sendai. We've never been in Sendai, the Tohoku region, the upper northern eastern region. This is the first time we have a sold-out crowd, and we have very, very excited fans, highly anticipated card. This is a great lineup.
Yeah, top to bottom, we have local talent. Obviously, the main event, the flyweight title match, Hiromasa Ogikubo rematching against Shunryu Takahashi. It's the fourth RIZIN event of the year, and like you said, it's our first trip to Sendai. It's a shorter card than normal. Normally we have 10 to 12 fights, but we only have 8 fights on the main card. Obviously, first time in Sendai. I guess, why do you think that is? Why is the card shorter than usual? Why is there a bit of a later start time?
Well, I mean, to be completely honest, the moment we announced, the tickets sold out, so we didn't really have to add too much. You know, it's like I think what we have here is a great display of what RIZIN flyweight division can deliver. And you know, Tony Laramie was mentioning it yesterday during his interview that he believes that, you know, obviously the UFC has a great flyweight division, but you know, you can't really sleep on RIZIN's flyweight division at all. I mean, you got Hiromasa Ogikubo like on Fight Matrix. He's, you know, he's ranked 11th in the world, and he's beat Alejandro Pantoja. He's beat so many. He's beat Moreno, Brandon Moreno too, right? So like he's a quality flyweight, and you know, such a fighter holds the RIZIN flyweight belt. So that itself puts RIZIN's flyweight division at a very, very global, high level, and you can't really sleep on it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and there's so many more names you can add to that list.
それから会場に来られない方々はスカパー、またライジン100クラブ、アベマ、UNEXT、ライジンライブでお楽しみいただけます。詳しくはライジンホームページをご確認ください。ペーパービューでも楽しんでいただければと思います。
how many times? 12 times
ライブで、そして配信でファイターたちの熱き戦い、ドラマを
all of them have been the
ぜひ
decision,
胸に
right?
焼き付け
So
てください。
you know, that's a record.
それでは計量に先立ちまして、ライジン
But for this
榊
year,
原信之 CEO よりご挨拶
2026
です。
has
皆
been
様
an
大きな拍手をお願いい
amazing
たします。
fight for RIZIN events. You know, all the 3 events that we've had so far, the main events have been finished. So now we have a headliner, Ogikubo, who has never finished a fight in RIZIN. So which record is it going to be? Is it going to be Ogikubo's record going to continue? Or is 2026 RIZIN main event? Is it going to continue with finishes? That's a fun, you know, that's a fun thing to look forward to. That'll be a fun one to bet on.
岩手出身の扇久保からも、
And of
秋
course,
田
Mr.
出身の斉藤からも、
taking the stage here now.
仙台出
Shingo, if you
身
wouldn't
の
mind taking it away.
新庄からも、そ
So
れ以外
today,
に
you
も
know,
東
thank
北
you
地
so
方
much
の
for coming here.
格闘
You
家、
know,
そ
our
して
main
格
event is
闘技関係
headlined
者、
by
そして
fighters Ogikubo coming from the
東北地方
Iwate
にお
region,
住まいの
a
ファ
little
ンの皆
north
さん
from
から、
Sendai.
ぜひ
And the
東北で
challenger,
大会やってって
Shinryu,
いう
he's from this city. He's
やり
from
ましょうよ
Sendai
って
city.
お
So we
話を
got
たくさんも
2
らって、でもな
world-class
かな
fighters
かこ
headlining
の
this
東
event
北
who
に
proudly
お
represent
邪魔
the
することが
region.
できず
You
に
know, and we
つ
can't
い
really
に
have a better
つ
main
い
event
に
for this.
この
And
東北で
you know, there's been a lot of
ライジン
requests
開
to
催さ
have
せていただき
RIZIN
ます
come to this region,
そ
this
れはまあ
northeastern
ひとえ
Tohoku
に
region.
皆さんファン
And
の
we are
声援のお
finally
かげだ
here.
と思います
And
今
the reason why we're
日
here is
平
because of
日
the
にもかかわらず
fans.
です
You know,
ね
today is a
この場に
weekday,
お集まりい
but
ただき
we
ま
have
した
so many fans
フ
here
ァンの皆
today
さん
attending the
まず
ceremonial
御
weigh-ins.
礼
You
を
know, the tickets sold out.
お
We
伝え
feel
した
the
いと思います
enthusiasm.
ありがとうございました
And we feel the energy from the Sendai, so we're
そして
very happy to be here. Thank you for having
こ
us.
の1回
We're
だけやっ
excited
て
to
も
be
しょうが
here.
ないんで
And
こ
you
の
know,
後も東北
doing
でね
one-offs is easy,
この
and
格
it
闘技
doesn't
の
really
熱が
mean.
根
But
付
we
く
are
よ
here
う
to
に
stay.
毎
And
年ビッグイベントが東
we
北の
hope
地で開
that
催
we
で
can
きるよ
bring
う
this
に
big event to the
それは
Tohoku region every
明日
year.
の
But all of that
選手たち
will
の
depend on
魂をかけた戦い胸を震わせるような戦いが
will they be able to
ゼビオアリー
perform
ナに大熱狂を生み出すかどうか
their fighting
これは
spirit? Will they
誇
be
り
able
高き選手
to
たちの
will they be able to
最高峰
inspire
の果た
us?
し合いと
Will they be able
それ
to
を
excite
後押し
us?
する
You know,
ファン
that's
の
all on
力
them
だと思い
tomorrow.
ます。
But
みんなで明
for
日
them
この東北
to
の地
perform the
に
way they
日本で
should,
一番熱い
it's
空
all
間
up to you.
を作り出
It's
し
all
ま
up
しょ
to the
う。
fans. You guys, your
間違いなく
voice, your cheering, your
岩手
energy,
が生ん
your
だ
atmosphere
日本
will
の
make
至
the
宝
fighters deliver what
扇久
we
保博
want
正
them to deliver.
そして
So
宮城仙
tomorrow,
台を
let's make tomorrow's
ふるさと
Zebio
とする
Arena the
新竜
hottest
誠この2人
atmosphere
の
in Japan
日本
for
の
tomorrow.
侍のですね
You know, we got Ogikubo, we got
まあ
Shinryu,
命がけの果
we
た
got
し
a
合い
bunch of Japanese
み
true
んなのハー
samurai
トに
warriors.
ダイレクトに
and
刺
they
さ
will
ると
be
思いま
putting
す。
their life on the line
それ以外にも
in front of you.
全選手最高の状態で
And
明日
other
を
than
迎え
that,
ますの
we
で、どう
A
ぞ
great lineup.
よろしくお願いしま
All
す
the fighters are ready to go.
じゃあ公開計量始めてまいります
So look forward
あ
for
りがとうございました
tomorrow, but for now, look forward for this opening ceremonial weigh-in. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Shingo. No, obviously we were just talking about
それでは
the flyweight
早速
main
公開
event,
計
but
量
I
に
think,
参りましょう
it would be
計量の読み上げおよび立ち会いは JMOC 認定
Yeah.
MMA 競技オフィシャル福田正人レフェリーです。よろしくお願いいたします。そして計量に花を添えるのは2名のライジンガー花野井美優さん、出町杏奈さんです。よろしくお願いいたします。ではまずライジンラグワーコーテイン仙台オープニングファイトを1試合目から順番に計量を行っていきます。まずはライジンキックボクシングルール3分3ラウンド62キロ契約岩城祐介 VS 中泉翔両選手の登場です。まずは青コーナー中泉翔選手からお願いします。
Okay, well, you got bit, but
it
was
pretty
bad. The wound was pretty bad.
61.90 クリアです。
And he had antibiotics, and obviously when you take strong antibiotics, it messes with your digestive system, it kills out all the bacteria in your stomach and your
岩城選
intestines.
手、61.85 クリア
It
で
becomes
す。
very difficult to maintain your body.
では両者並んで正面を向いての写真撮影に参りましょう。
2 weeks
前に
before
出ていただ
the
きま
fight,
して正
2
面を
weeks
向いての
before
フ
he
ァイ
has
ティン
to
グポーズ
actually
あるい
make
は口の
weight,
ポーズをお願いしま
definitely
す。
messed with his whole structure and his system.
オー
So,
プニングファイトは4
you know,
試合
Tony Lermy asked for a cash
そのう
for
ち
weeks
1
in
試合目になりま
advance.
した
We explained to Motoya, and
岩
Motoya
城
said,
祐介選手
well,
と中泉
you
翔
know,
選手で
there's
す
a。lot of reasons of not being
この
being
2人
able
が
to make
まず
contact
大
with
会
weight.
の
If you get bit by a dog,
勢いをつけてくれる
you
戦
can't
い
have
を
that long. So he
見せ
took
てくれ
the
るでし
fight
ょ
in
う。
very good spirits. Like he accepted
ペ
the
ソで
catchweight
す。
fight, and here we are at. We're at 59 kilos, 130.1 pound, I guess.
KO 決着が求められたキックボクシングルール
Very
です。
interesting. I don't think I've
立ち上が
ever
りから
experienced
どんな
or
ファイトを見せるかありがとうござい
heard
まし
any kind
た。
of accident or incident leading up to a fight from a dog bite.
続きましてオープニングファイト2試合目ライジンキックボクシングルール3分3ラウンド 56.5 キロ契約赤平大地 VS 内田翔両選手の登場です。
Yeah.
まずは青コーナー内田選手からお願いします。
Oh, definitely.
内田選手、
we haven't really officially
56.50 クリア
announced
で
this,
す。
but you know,
クリアです。
this is definitely for the number one contender spot to determine the number one contender spot. And win over Motoya. Obviously, Motoya is a super seasoned veteran. He's very crafty. He's very technical. He's very good.
赤平選手、
And you know, he's kind of been like the
56.45 クリアです
gatekeeper now.
こちら
You
もクリアし
know,
ました。
so if Tony Lermy can beat Motoya, that's a big statement to everybody in the division, and especially to the promoters, matchmakers. Beating Motoya is definitely a statement, and he will have that leverage to ask for a title shot.
Definitely a very exciting flyweight match, but you know, the fight that happens right before that is on the complete opposite end of the weight classes. It's a heavyweight match, and if I'm not mistaken, it's actually somewhat of a qualifier for the heavyweight Grand Prix that we have later this year.
Yeah, we have a heavyweight Grand Prix, Japan Grand Prix scheduled starting in August. And then, you know, we have 3 contestants confirmed so far, and we're looking for the final contestant. So will it be one of these 2? We'll find out, but there's a lot on the line. This is not just one fight from Ryo Sakai and Takakishin. This is not just one fight. This is a fight that gets them into the tournament. So, you know, they're not going to hold back. They're not going to fight not to lose. They're going to fight to impress. So when you have 2 big fighters at 120 kilos fighting not to lose, fighting to impress, dude, you got fireworks, nothing but fireworks written all over it, and it's going to be a fun one, and it will be a finish. There's no way this is going to go to distance.
And of course, the heavyweight Grand Prix is, I guess, you know, we're marketing it as something like your project that you're kind of leading. As someone who's, you know, heading this Grand Prix, is there a certain matchup that you want to see in the Grand Prix, in the first round, in the final?
I think with all the contestants that we have, any matchup is going to be exciting. All the fighters have characters. They're all very motivated. They have every reason to be in this and win this tournament. So, I mean, you know, like if we can have 2 twins fighting each other, that's probably unheard of, right? In MMA, we haven't. I mean, we had maybe brothers have fought each other, but they're brothers, but they're twins too. So I'd hate to be the judge on that one if that happens. But yeah, that's definitely going to be an interesting fight if that happens. But we won't find out until, you know, tomorrow's fight.
Absolutely, definitely a matchup, down the line that would be just impossible to ignore. The next fight on the card is Beinoa against Bilal Haga. Two, interestingly enough, two half Japanese fighters with different, roots from different parts of the world. But Beinoa, obviously, he's been fighting in RIZIN for a few years now, coming over from kickboxing, and Bilal has more of a traditional karate background.
It's not karate, it's Nippon Kempo.
It's Kempo. Sorry about that. Kempo background. But despite having that background, he's more of a grappler in how he enforces.
Yeah, so Bilal, he first came in as a Nikken guy, a Nippon Kempo guy, and he was utilizing his footwork and striking, kind of like how Horiguchi was or is at Shuya Kimura, Nomura, Shunta. But he was relying on that too much. And I think ever since he made his professional debut, he lost 3 in a row. He lost 3 straight. And then he had to kind of like rethink and change his style. And that's when he started to really utilizing his physical strength. And he's somewhat become a grappler since then. So he utilizes his footwork, his distancing, to close distance and go for the takedown. On the other hand, you got Beinoa, who has a Kyokushin background. He utilizes his wrestling to mix it in and kind of utilize it to make sure that his opponent gets aware of the takedown, and then he finishes up top. So, these guys are strikers with wrestling, but they're utilizing the wrestling in totally different aspects. So this is going to be a very interesting one. It's a clash of styles.
Definitely. And obviously, we make our way into the first fight of the main card. Akara Koki taking on Seiya Inoue.
Yeah, so both fighters are coming from a kickboxing background. Akada he fought in Crush, I believe so, and Inoue is a Kumamoto regional kickboxer. He's really good. He actually fought in RIZIN Korea in a kickboxing match. I think Inoue has more of the traditional kickboxing style, super crisp, super accurate, and quick. But his last fight, both fighters don't have a win in MMA right now, but we'll see. We're gonna get a winner for this one for sure. One fighter's always got to go.
Exactly. Yep. Someone's always got to go. Obviously, Akara 0-3 and Inoue 0-1. Inoue made his MMA debut just a few months ago, right?
Yeah.
RIZIN 52.
And there's a reason why the winner didn't get picked and he got picked. Obviously, when you're a normal promotion, you would want the winner of a fight to come back again. But, that's what's different in RIZIN. The difference in RIZIN. Inoue has more of the heart. He has more of the showmanship. He wants to show his skills. Unfortunately, in his MMA debut, he wasn't able to show any of it. Obviously, it's MMA, so it's okay. But, we wanted to give him another chance. We see how serious he is, and we put him against a striker this time, and we'll see what happens.
And of course, up next we have Naoki against Taisei Kuroi.
Yep.
It's the second fight of the evening. Featherweight bout.
So Naoki, we all know, former Rise kickboxing champion, made his transition from kickboxing to MMA. I think he's 2-2 right now. But Naoki's been training at Fighters Flow. He's been training MMA for quite a while now. He calls himself the Joker, so this is what he's doing. But Taisei Kuroi, he's not a familiar name in RIZIN. This kid is really good. This kid has, he also has a Goju-ryu karate background. He's a really good striker. He's got really strong right hands. His kicks are devastating. His hands are devastating. And he's got a karate background, but he's been training with Brave, Kazuyuki Miyata, a former Olympian wrestling coach. And so he's been able to combine his karate style with elite level wrestling. Look at his ears. He got elite level wrestling for such a long time. So he's been touted as a highly touted prospect for quite a while now, and he's actually from this area. Yeah, he's from Sendai, and that's one of the reasons why he's here. So he's a young prospect from this area, proudly representing his hometown. So he's definitely a prospect to watch out for. Taisei Kuroi, keep an eye on him.
Absolutely. And the third fight of the evening, maybe one of the more popular fighters, Daichi Tomizawa taking on Rui Kato.
Yeah, Tomizawa always brings it. He's got a tremendous amount of heart. He always brings a fight. He may not always win, but he always wins and loses in style, So his fights are always exciting. We understand why he's a very popular figure. Now his opponent, Rui Kato. Look at him. He looks like a mean dude, man. he's currently training with he's fighting in deep right now, but he's got a judo background, but he's a striker. He loves to swing. He's a southpaw, and his left hand is he will swing it. He will swing for home runs all day long. So look out for Kato Rui's left hand. He will go in there with his entire body. It's telegraphed, but somehow it lands. He also starts up with his left low kick, his calf kick. So everything he sets up everything with his low kicks, and then he launches that left hand. So we'll see how Tomizawa does. And he is not afraid to scrap. So this one, you can expect a lot of fireworks from these guys. We all know how Tomizawa fights, and Rui Kato, the newcomer, he is not shy at all, and he will come to bring it. So this is going to be a really good one. I think this is going to be this fight's going to end in a finish.
And that was easily the most intense stare-down we've had yet on this fight so far. Obviously, up next, Yusuke Yachi versus Isao. This is a veteran versus veteran matchup.
Yeah, you know, Isao. We're excited that Isao, like he's a full-on pancreas guy, right? He's very loyal. He's dedicated himself to pancreas. He fought in Bellator. You know, he wants to fight. You know, he wants in international, intense, like real fights. So for us to have Isao here, it's very meaningful. You know, he believes that RIZIN is a quality platform for him to step into. Yachi is a quality opponent to face, and Isao is also from Miyagi. So he's from this area. He really wants to fight in his hometown, and he wants to proudly, represent Miyagi and pancreas. So he's a seasoned veteran. I think some of you may know him from the Bellator days, but both fighters are very well-rounded, super strong, and have a very high fight IQ. So expect more of a highly technical matchup with a lot of strategy.
Yeah, that's actually what I wanted to ask you, because sometimes with veteran versus veteran matchups, we see both fighters taking their time, really trying to find their openings. But also sometimes veterans just choose to throw down because they want to. They know they're coming towards the crescendo of their career and they want to put on an exciting fight. But you expect more of a.
Yeah, they're not going to throw down.
They're not going to throw.
Look at them; they have too much respect for each other, and they used to train with each other too. So. Yachi's more been all Shuto, and then Isao been pancreas. They're around the same area, age. They've never crossed paths, but finally, at this stage of their career, they are crossing paths. So it's very interesting.
The fifth match of the night, Bilal Haga against Bei Noah, as Haga steps onto the
So
scale.
Haga is the current Grachan champion. Missed weight by 100 grams.
Wow.
What a shame. Representing another organization, coming in as the current champion, active champion, and missing weight in RIZIN. Not a good look. Yeah, it's too very unfortunate. Beno came under, made weight. So technically under RIZIN rules, if a fighter loses weight, it's technically, we're probably going to experience a no contest rule. Hey Haga. What are you doing? It's just 100 grams. With just 100 grams, that's no different. You're not going to be able to beat me. So guys, fans in Sendai, he missed weight. But for me, I don't care. Let's make this an official fight. So he chose not to go the no contest route. Wow.
That's very rare.
It's super rare.
I cannot recall that ever happening before.
It's very rare. So now the commission is saying that, under the RIZIN rules, Haga did not make weight. However, Bei Noah has agreed to make this an official fight. So this fight will be an official fight at 71.1 catch weight bout. So this will be a 71.1 catch weight bout under official RIZIN rules. No yellow card given, no contest rule. This will be a 71.1 catch weight bout. Props to Bei Noah.
Bei Noah always the character, and he promised yesterday that he's going to make his fight the most exciting fight of the evening, so definitely looking forward to that.
Well, I mean, Bilal's got to bring it now.
Yeah.
He has to deliver. We were just talking about how Bilal likes to take it to the ground and play it safe. If he does that tomorrow, I don't think he'll be coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, he missed weight, and Bei Noah accepted an official fight, and Bilal needs to perform. He needs to make up for what he his screw up, he needs to make up for it in a performance. So I guess tomorrow, we've seen what Beino is made out of. Now tomorrow, we're going to see what Bilal is made out of. We might be able to see a striker Bilal tomorrow.
Hopefully. That's definitely what we want to see. We are getting through this whole card so quickly. We're already on the last 3 fights. And obviously up next is that heavyweight matchup between Sakai Ryo and Taka Kenshin.
Here we go. This is a heavyweight bout. We'll see. This is going to be the selection to select the final participant for the Grand Prix. We got Ed Polo King, we got Ueda, we got Cesario. Who will be the 4th one? We got Akazawa from deep, but it doesn't have to be Akazawa. It could be Taka Kenshin who... Oh, no.
His miss was even bigger than
Oh, no. Taka Kenshin, he missed weight at heavyweight. 1.2 kilos at heavyweight.
Which is definitely something you don't see too often. And he normally came in...
He comes in lighter, yeah, a lot of times. Sakai makes weight way under the limit, 111 kilos. This is going to be under no contest rules for sure. It's 1.2 kilograms. That's 1.2 kilograms. Like Daniel James missed weight for like 400 grams, I guess. But so it was a Grand Prix rule, so he was okay. Okay. So Sakai. So 1.2 kilograms. I was astonished. As a professional, you gotta come through. I've cut weight before, so I understand it sucks. And life is more important than anything. You can't really want to push yourself. I understand him not making weight. But for me, but I've already made a promise. I have something to do. And I have to deliver. I need you to promise me. Please don't ever cut weight again. And tomorrow, let's put on the best fight ever on the card.
Wow.
What does that mean? No contest. Is he going to take the fight officially?
Let's see what the commission has to say.
Fukuda-san says, okay. We've had 2 consecutive weight. Okay, so this is again an official fight. 120 kilo, 0.2, 120.2 kilogram catch weight, and this will be done under official RIZIN rules. It's not a no contest rule, which means that Sakai took the fight with all this handicap. What a man. I'm almost in tears.
Yeah, a 10 kilo difference too.
That is, yeah, it's massive. Taka Kenshin got away with it pretty easily.
You have to imagine both fighters that missed weight tonight, they're very grateful to their opponents for accepting.
Oh, you've got to be. And earlier during the rules meeting, Sakakibara-san made a statement to the fighters, and he was not happy. He had some pretty harsh words to the ones who didn't make weight. So I guess, for both Bilal and Taka Kenshin, tomorrow is really going to show what they're really made of.
Yeah, they have no choice but to make it.
They have to. They have to make up for what they've done in their performance tomorrow. There's a lot on their shoulders now. Wow.
Here we are at the co-main event. Yuki Motoya against Tony Laramie. And, the Canadian will make his way to the scale first. And he comes in.
Okay, great.
Easily under the catch weight limit.
Motoya looking shredded.
Yeah.
He looks like he is ready. He is good.
I cannot remember him looking this good.
Oh, he looks really good.
Yeah.
He looks big too. Yeah, both fighters. Motoya was mentioning that, I have a dog too. I love dogs. If my dog was getting into trouble, I would step in and try to save my dog as well. So I'm okay with the catch weight. It's so heartful, We're getting to see a lot of the characters of each individuals for this fight. Obviously Beinoa, Sakai, Motoya, all these guys who are accepting, not the falses, but just the big hearts and their fighting spirit is something that's very touching. You get to see what these fighters are really made of.
And that's definitely something you want to see shine through, not only in their fight, but just everything outside of the fight as well. You want to see the personality come through.
I think this is true humility. respect, discipline, and all those whatever. Okay, I gotta go.
All right. So Shingo will go up to translate for Tony Laramie.
It's gonna be a good fight tomorrow. A lot of respect for my opponent, and just tune in tomorrow, June 6th. I'm gonna bring the heat from start to finish and get that KO just like last time.
明日の試合が非常に楽しみです。本当に相手のことを尊敬しています。自分は最初から最後まで激しいペースでいい試合をしに行きたいと思いますので、KO を狙う姿勢を見に来てください。よろしくお願いします。
Okay. Confident words there from the Canadian Tony Laramie. Let's hear from Motoya.
ララミ選手、すごいいい選手ですけど、僕が明日仙台盛り上げます。一番いい試合します。よろしくお願いします。
Motoya just said, I think Laramie is a great fighter. I'm really excited for tomorrow's fight, and we'll make tomorrow's fight the best fight of the night.
Thank you.
I'm excited for this fight. It's gonna be a good fight.
Definitely. Tony has shown such a well-rounded game throughout his 4 fights in RIZIN, and I'm really curious to see, like, if the fight hits the ground against Motoya, how Tony can hold it.
Yeah, but the thing is though, no matter how good you are, no matter how experienced you are, I don't think if Motoya gets your back, if he secures that body triangle, I don't think anybody can get out. So I think that will be the key. Will Motoya be able to get Tony's back?
So, like, Tony's even gone on record saying, like, even if he fought Danny Sabatello, he thinks he can stop Danny's takedown. So I'm really curious to see that part of Tony's game too.
We'll see. That's exciting. All right, we got the local hometown boy, Shindu. Shindu's been doing a lot of promotion for this fight. Yeah. Now we got the champion, Hiramasa.
And you would think after their first fight 2 years ago, maybe some of the tension was resolved, but it's still very much there.
Yep, there's still a lot of conflict between each other. We'll see if tomorrow, after they fight tomorrow, if any of that's going to be resolved, we'll find out tomorrow.
Even after their first fight, they didn't shake hands, they just walked past each other.
They've been showing a lot of bad blood from the promotions. I'm excited for this flyweight title and the main co-main. It's definitely high level, world class flyweight bout.
They're getting touched here.
All right. Got some going on.
It's a bit out of character for Ogi Kubo, maybe.
Yeah. Tomorrow I'm going to be the champion and create a new era. Please follow my footsteps. Thank you. Hey everybody. My home region, being able to fight here, I'm very grateful and blessed. Tomorrow, I will defeat this little kid tomorrow. And I will fight for the Toho Police.
Definitely a match of the old guard versus the new guard.
Yeah. The thing is, like I was talking about this yesterday too, even Motoya versus Laramie, Oyu with Shindu, like Japanese veterans are so good. They will not let the young guys easily surpass them. Maybe it's the pride, maybe it's the culture, hierarchy, but like these Japanese veterans, they are so good and tough when it comes to new generation, new versus old.
Yeah, that's best evidence just by looking at Shinryu's record. He fought Horiguchi, didn't get the win. Fought Ogi Kubo, didn't get the win. Fought Motoya, didn't get the win. But now he's earned his way back into title contention, and that's definitely the biggest thing to look for.
Yeah, I mean, he has always lost by an edge to these veterans, right? Like you mentioned, like all these veterans, he hasn't been able to solve in a way. But if he is going to beat Ogi Kubo, he needs to do something different, or he needs to be just better at every aspect than Ogi Kubo, which is extremely hard to do. So when you look at the fighters who've defeated Ogi Kubo in the past, they brought something that Ogi Kubo couldn't really tolerate, right? So does Shinryu have that? Or is he just going to simply edge out everything, become better at all aspects than Ogi Kubo?
Yeah, like Shinryu, in his last fight, obviously he showed his striking prowess against Zulu before getting the takedown, and he's been saying recently that he's been understanding the scoring criteria and understanding how the judges are looking at fights. But you have to imagine both fighters are coming in for the finish. They're not looking to go to the judges this time.
Yeah, they better not. I mean, they're headlining in their region. This card was meant for them. You know, like the moment we started, talking about maybe we'll have an event in Sendai, Ogi was like, I want in on it. I want to fight in it. I want to fight in front of my hometown. I mean, he's been fighting for around 20 years. He's never fought in front of his hometown. So same with Shindu. So it means a lot for them fighting in your hometown because, leaving your hometown for more opportunities, coming to the Tokyo region, Tokyo area, it's you have to leave your home.
Yeah.
So being able to bring something, look who I have become. I have brought this back. So this fight is not just a fight for them, So yeah, they have to deliver. There's more. This is just more than just a fight for them.
And what are the odds that both champion and challenger are from this region? It's such a beautiful way of coming together.
It is. It is. It's definitely this was tailor made for them. So that's really one of the reasons why Shindu really wanted to fight was it Fukuoka against Zulu. It's like, I'm on a losing streak. I need to come back in the winning column in order to get my shot in Sendai. So it's a rough, it's a short turnaround, but he came back. He's making weight, and he's going to put on a fight tomorrow. But I think tomorrow it all depends on how Shindu brings the game. Ogikibo's good at what he does. He doesn't really need to change his style. He's just really good at it. So Shindu needs to bring in something new to just kind of break Ogikibo's style.
And obviously training at ATT with so many world-class flyweights and bantamweights, you'd have to imagine he's making layers to his game and figuring out how to break that defense. So.
Absolutely, but you also have to keep in mind that Ogikibo trains with Ray Tsuruya, Takeru Uchida, like all those up-and-coming new young talents who just who performed in another organization. You got Taira Tatsuro, like he comes from a really solid gym too, and he's constantly training with really good grapplers. So will the key be in grappling or will it be in striking? I think it's going to be in striking.
Yeah, of course.
I think Shindu's going to try to strike.
Yeah, you have to imagine. Obviously, the fight's starting on the feet, so that's going to be the.
I think he's going to try to keep it there. But Ogikibo's been working on his boxing too. His fight against Motoya has been very crisp.
Yeah.
It was really nice. Like his striking has been.
Even his fight against Jose Torres was mostly on the feet.
Yeah.
Obviously, all fighters on the stage right now. Fans around the world can tune in on RIZIN TV. You can either subscribe or buy the pay-per-view standalone. The opening fights and the first two fights on the main card will be broadcast live on RIZIN's YouTube channel, so please be sure to tune in there. 12 fights in total, 8 fights on the main card. Very much looking forward to RIZIN's first event in Sendai. All right, that brings things to a close. Everyone, thank you for tuning in. Shingo, thank you again for your time.
Thank you, Pete.
Don't forget to tune in on RIZIN TV. Thank you, everybody.
そしてペーパービューでぜひ皆さんファイターたちの熱きドラマにご注目ください。公開計量は